Ben Tennyson is a kid who has a device known as the Omnitrix that turns him into tons of superpowered aliens to save lives. He's known around the universe for saving, well, the universe. But what happens when a kid with the same exact powers suddenly shows up slandering his name? We start inside a skate shop within the town of Bellwood. Just another customer walking in and examining the merchandise, deciding which board they'd like to purchase. Deciding that he'd like to get two, the boy then activates his watch, turning him into a Vaxasaurian, before stealing the boards and bursting out of the store like a bull in a china shop, using the boards as skates, making a quick getaway. Afterwards, inside Plumber headquarters, Ben is called in by his grandpa Max to look over the security camera footage that Bluka and Driba intercepted. After watching the footage, Max tells Tattoo Galvin to cross-reference the footage in order to learn more about this alien shapeshifter, while Ben asks for an apology, believing Max had accused him for such a crime. Grandpa Max tells Ben and Rook to see if they can track the mysterious watch user down, but as it turns out, it's pretty hard to find a skateboarding monster. Ben asks his partner what they're exactly looking for, seeing as they only have reference from a security camera, when they spot a Tetra Man inside an alleyway spray painting on the side of a building. Heading into action, Ben transforms into Wild Mud and begins to attack the second-rate forearms. During the fight, Rook aims his proto tool at the Tetra Man, but can't get a clear shot as Ben was in the way. The criminal then spray paints the area around Rook, who takes his shot, but accidentally shoots Ben, who had transformed into forearms, mistaking his partner for the enemy. Once Ben comes to, Rook asks Ben if he noticed anything odd about the creature they'd fought, but other than the fact that the alien was tagging, Ben admits he didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Rook explains to Ben that the Tetra Man was only using 3 of his arms, while the 4th one just seemed to limp, hanging off to the side. Ben replies telling Rook that he was too busy choking on pain, but the one thing they could both agree on is that they got a name. Spray painting on the side of the building was the name Timothy. Entering his room and locking his door, Timothy then sits on his bed, admiring his newfound abilities, and couldn't believe some 2 idiots would just have a device like that just lying around. Thinking back to that moment, Tim was a pizza deliverer, and on one of his deliveries, he took an order to a paint shop named Cosmic Painting. Instead of paying him, the aliens he delivered the pizza to threatened his life, and in return, Timothy swiped a watch-like device from the pile of junk before running for his life. While watching a news report about the recent vandalisms Timothy had committed, Ben and Rook are informed by Bluka and Driba that the boy seemed to be using a poorly designed Omnitrix, which was made from the same technology as Kyber's Nematrix. The two Galvin then explained that by learning how to track the energy source of the watch, they built the tracking device. Back at Cosmic Painting, Timothy returns to the aliens he stole the watch from to see if they have any more items he'd be interested in before turning into his Power Knight form. He tries to release a blast of fire, but then unwillingly transforms to a Gourmand, but is unsure of what this form can do, while the aliens come at him with a blaster, stunning the aliens with a disgusting and horrific smelling puke. Timothy then turns into a dull-colored segmented sapien, and is then interrupted by Ben as blocks. While the aliens are sneaking away and are caught by Rook, the segmented sapien battle continues, but not for long, as Timothy transforms into his version of Accelerate. But unlike a Canicillarian, he's moving in slow motion, allowing Ben to turn into Diamond Head and trap him. Back at Plumber's headquarters, the 2 aliens have been arrested, and turn out to have been using their painting operation to pilfer goods from customers. But since they aren't in any possession of Earth tech, the plumbers can't arrest them. Timothy speaks up, saying that they stole pizza from him, but Grandpa Max tells the kid that he did as much damage as them. Ben chimes in explaining that they've concluded that the handyman stole the imitation Omnitrix from Dr. Psychobos, and since it was so faulty, the watch just simply ran out of power the more Timothy used it. Max informs Tim that he'll have to pay for the damages he did to the skate shop, but the boy has no idea how he could get the money in order to achieve that, with Ben getting an idea, getting him a job in Undertown at Packmar's Pizza. We end with Ben and Rook drinking celebratory smoothies. Rook asks Ben if he's truly okay with what happened to Timothy after all the chaos he caused. Ben replies explaining to his partner that Timothy was just a kid who got a bit too excited about getting his own Omnitrix, forgetting the awesome power that comes with such a device.